Welcome to the broadcast. By the way, a little later on, we have our very own favorite doctor, Dr. Githinji Gitahi.
That's right.
He'll be joining us. He's the Group CEO of Amref Africa to answer a lot of your questions. In the meantime, let's begin our broadcast. We begin tonight with a war on the coronavirus, which is now heading to the country's public sector. PSV operators will, from tomorrow, risk losing their licenses if they flout the government's social distancing directives. Transport Cabinet Secretary James Macharia, in outlining the new directives, also announced the extension of the ban on international flights by another 30 days. Our very own Stephen Leto reports on the new measures that came as the number of COVID-19 cases in the country rose to 142.
With COVID-19 threatening to drive Kenya towards a major crisis, the government is setting its sight on a sector that is at the heart of human interactions in the country, the public transport. The CS putting operators on notice as Kenya fights hard to avoid an exponential spread of the global pandemic in Kenya.
From tomorrow, Monday, 6th April 2020, any matatu operator found not observing the set directives will have their SACCO licenses suspended and the vehicle bonded.
14-seater matatus are required to carry no more than 8, while 25-seater vehicles are allowed a maximum of 15. But also on the spotlight are border operators who are required to carry only one passenger per trip, both the rider and the passenger required to wear face masks.
And the border riders who continue to float the directives already issued, their motorcycles will be impounded and they will face the full force of the law.
The focus on public, perhaps driven by the continuously rising number of cases in Kenya, the latest pushing the total to over 140 in total.
In the last 24 hours, we have tested a total of 530 samples, out of which 16 people have tested positive for coronavirus disease. Out of this number, 15 are Kenyans and 1 Nigerian national.
The government slowly tightening movement and recommending drastic personal safety measures.
That all persons visiting public places such as supermarkets, open-air markets, public transport should at all times wear a face mask to reduce the chances of transmission of this virus.
The Kenyan airspace will remain shut for international passenger flights for an additional 30 days, the only exceptions being cargo flights and planes coming in to evacuate foreign nationals.
We are already planning for Kenya Airways to fly on Wednesday to China to basically collect some key equipment, medical equipment, which will come to help us in the interventions which we have right now.
With the COVID-19 pandemic sinking global economies, the government is warning Kenyans against defying set regulations, exposing themselves to the deadly virus. Stephen Leto, Citizen TV, Nairobi.